Hey yo, what's going on? It's A Boogie. I have a great Kobe Bryant build for you guys. Every 2K, I model my first shooting guard build after Kobe Bryant. I take pride in pure shot creator. I feel like I'm one of the last rec or pro-am players that plays this style of game. Everyone else plays the same, hides behind screens, wants to shoot the three. That's not how I play. I'm all about misdirection, uh, post play, shooting that midi on you. Your shot creators, we are back. I can't wait to show you guys this build, man. I got goosebumps. I've been yelling, my voice is gone. Let's fucking go. What? There's a lot of ways they can come. Pause. This builder for 2K23 is tricky, but I'm actually satisfied with the result, and I feel like this is the best comparison to Kobe Bryant, and it actually shows Kobe Bryant as a comparison. All right, so we're gonna go shooting guard. Got to go with the 24. So with this build, the the builder is very weird because depending on the order of the order that you add attributes, you can randomly end up with extra points. Um, so it's builder's tricky. I'm still trying to figure it out. When I made this build, I changed the body shape and it popped up with extra points randomly. So I'm still trying to learn that and figure that out with the build. But for this specific build, we're gonna go 6'6" for the height. We're gonna keep it the weight at 208, and we're gonna go down to 6'7" for the wingspan. And I just like to go define my builds to have that muscular look. So for physicals, which is going to be very important this year, I just want to knock that out before I even start playing around with attributes. So for speed, we are going to with go with a 5 speed. And for acceleration, we're going to go with an 8. For strength, I wish I could put more strength on this build, but just for the numbers, uh, if you get this build off by a couple numbers anywhere, it's gonna be a complete. Uh, so this one, I had to go with 36 strength. For vertical, 65 and stamina, which I feel is going to be very important. You want to go with the 95. So for defense, for our blocking, we're just going to max that out to 69. For still, we're going to go to a 3. Then perimeter defense, we're going to go to an 80. So for defense, it's going to give us a 49 interior defense, which I feel is decent. As a shooting guard, you shouldn't play um, defense in the post that much unless you're going against the same type of build. 69 block, I feel like, is going to be very important because that's tied to your shot contest. And then 86 perimeter D, 83 still, I feel like is very decent for shooting guard, where probably your third category that you want to focus on actually defense. It may actually be your fourth, just because with this build, you're able to shoot, you're able to control the ball, and you're able to finish. So finishing and defense is kind of like your 3A and 3B. I wouldn't even say that one of those isn't important, but to make this build to be able to do everything, um, this build is very balanced. So it's going to give you 16 defensive badges. And right off rip, you want to make Challenger your core badge. Then you're able to play around with Chase Down Artists, Menace, Your off ball pass, clamps and interceptor, I feel like are going to be very important, but they're going to cost a lot being tier 3 badges. So it's going to be interesting to see how people are going to put builds together uh, and badges. Can't just load up on badges like you could in previous 2K. But 16 defensive badges, I feel, is very good for a shooting guard. So for speed with the ball, for your playmaking, speed with the ball and ball handling, we're gonna put both of those at an 88. Then for pass accuracy, you want to put that at a 75. This is gonna give you 23 playmaking badges. With this particular build, because you're a shooting guard, I feel like that's a very good number, especially once you make your clamp breaker, your killer combos. Once you make that your core badge, you have so many options. Um, you definitely want to go with your tier 2, your hyperdrive, your unpluckable, quick first step. With this particular build, your tier 1, you want to go with post playmakers. Kobe was great in the post, making that pass. Um, I'm curious to see how ankle breaker is going to be this year, just because in previous 2Ks it didn't feel like it worked. You could have it on bronze or you could have it on Hall of Fame, and you would get the same number of ankle break. I feel like ankle breaker was actually tied to space creator, quick first step. But 23 playmaking badges I feel is a great number for a shooting guard. And then for shooting, we're gonna go with an 83 pointer, which I feel like is a very good number. Your minimum to be able to be efficient, in my opinion, this 2K is gonna be 80. Um, I wish I can go higher on the mid range, but just from a number standpoint, 85 is the highest that I could go if I wanted to add the type of finishing that I wanted to with this build. But it's going to give us, with the 85 midi, 83, and that 82 free throw, um, we're going to be able to get a good number of shooting badges, especially with this build. Our focus isn't going to be 3 pointers, it's going to be that pure shot creator, your difficult shots type build. So off rip, you want to go with blinders as your core badge. The other three tier 3 badges, your Agent 3, your Deadeye, and your Limitless Range, those are tied to your 3-point rating, which is why they're bronze. Um, so you have to have, I think, at least an 86 3. Sorry, 83 3-pointer for your Agent 3, your Deadeye to be silver, and then you need an 85 3 for silver Limitless Range. So with this build, we're not going to be your spot up type 3-point shooter. This is going to be your go right at the defender, misdirection, shoot that midi type build. So we don't even care about those 3 tier 3 badges. Blinders is what we want to go with off rip, just because it's 7 points. Um, from a number standpoint, it's 7 points to get that at goal. We're going to use that at core. So we have that extra badge point to use somewhere else. So we can get the Hall of Fame base creator. The other 3 tier 2 shooting badges, those are for spot up shooters, in my opinion, or for builds, people that don't know their shot, can't time their shot. So space creator is the most important tier 2 badge, in my opinion. And then you want to go for your midi magician, your guard up, your amped. Um, that's going to give you that old pure shot creator type bad setup. Um, so yeah, 22 shooting badges, and then for finishing, excuse me, for layup, we want to go with a 80 driving layup, and then for dunking, we're gonna go with 85. And by upgrading our dunk and layup, it's gonna give us a 60 close shot, 30 standing dunk. So with the 85 driving dunk and the 80 layup, for finishing, it's gonna give us 14 finishing badges. I feel like it's more that you could have gotten previous 2Ks with these type of numbers in every other category. So we can go with posterizer as the core badge. You want to get your slithery finisher or your limitless takeoff, depending on if you want to focus on dunks. Um, Me personally, the badge that I really look forward to, with the type of shot creator that I am, is actually going to be Giant Slayer because your teardropper's tied to that badge. And if you've seen my videos from last 2K, teardropper, probably one of the most OP badges. So I'm curious to see how Giant Slayer is going to be without that, without being tied in the teardropper. But so with your 14 finishing badges, you definitely want to go with your bronze post spin, just that way you can switch it up instead of just doing post fades. Once the defense kind of reacts to your post fades, you can go with your post spin and go rack, do your floater, dunk on somebody. So you can do a little bit of everything with. So as far as the overall badge count, you're gonna get 14 finishing, 22 shooting, 23 playmaking, 16 defensive, which is very balanced, especially for a um, secondary ball handler, primary scorer. This is going to be a tough build to guard, and I can't wait to show you guys how it works uh, in pro am and in rec. So as far as takeover, I always go with double ankle breaker, just because that with your space creator, nobody can guard you. You're gonna get so much space. You're gonna, stumble the defender, stagger him, whatever. And all you need is a split second to shoot your mid. So once you actually create this build, though, it's gonna compare you to Jalen Green and Bradley Beal, who are two very explosive shooting guards. That most important one is Kobe Bryant right there, and it's a pure shot creator. You could not do that in previous 2K. No matter how you put that together. Um, if you did the attributes, it wouldn't be a Kobe Bryant build. Like 2K's logic was broke if you got it to say Kobe Bryant because it was nothing like the way Kobe Bryant plays. This is Kobe Bryant.